Hey, what's up, guys? Cooley here, and today we're going to talk about the new NS revolvers. We have the 357 Underboss and the 44 Commissioner. Now, the first thing you notice when you go to purchase these weapons is that there are three different variations of each one. They are all three going to function the exact same. There's no difference other than the skin. The first one is going to cost 1,000 certification points or 700 station cash. If you do purchase this with station cash, you will be able to use it on all of your characters. The second one is just a black version of the gun. You can only purchase this with station cash, and it is going to cost 1,400. Be aware that is not actually black, it's more of just a dark gray. And then the third version is actually a gold version. Again, you can only purchase this with station cash, and it is going to cost 2,000. So there's absolutely no difference other than, the skin of the weapon, and you have to decide for yourself if you want to buy one of these revolvers, if paying the extra money for the different skin or the unique skin is worth it to you. So anyways, we'll go over some stats with these guns, and they do share some of the same stats, and that's what we'll talk about first. For both weapons, they are a 6-shooter, style revolver, so they are going to hold 6 rounds per magazine with an ammo pool of 42 rounds. Both weapons actually share the exact same cone of fire. They're going to have an ADS standing still cone of fire of 0.2, an ADS standing and moving cone of fire of 0.2, and a jumping cone of fire of 2. They're going to have an ADS crouch cone of fire of 0.2 while crouching and being still, and 0.2 while crouching and moving. They're going to have a hip fire cone of fire while standing still of 1.25, while standing and moving of 1.75, standing and sprinting of 5, and standing and jumping of 7. And then the ADS balloon is 0.2 per shot, and the hip fire balloon is 0.4 per shot. That's where the similarities end. Aside from that, they are a little bit different, and that's what we'll talk about now. The first difference is going to be the damage. The 357 does 375 damage per shot, and the 44 is going to do 450 damage per shot. And they're both going to start to drop off once they reach 8 meters. What that means is they're actually both going to be a 3-hit kill to the body. But the extra damage from the 44 is definitely not wasted. The first thing you're going to get with that extra damage is an extended 3-hit kill range by about 5 meters. Also, the 44 having that extra damage is going to allow you to 3-shot anybody that has any rank of nanoweave. The 357 will only let you 3-shot people with nanoweave rank 4 or less. So if they have rank 5 or the final rank, it's going to turn into a 4-shot kill even at point blank ranges. Some other advantages I found for that extra damage of the 44 is that you will be able to 2-shot any infiltrator that is within 8 meters that does not have nanoweave, and you will be able to actually 1-hit kill to the head any infiltrator within 8 meters that does not have nanoweave. Also, one other neat little thing that I found is that if you're actually using the 44 on an infiltrator and you hit another infiltrator with an EMP grenade, you can now 1-hit kill them to the body as long as they do not have nanoweave rank 3 or higher. So there are some definite advantages to that extra damage that the 44 brings. The 44 is also going to have a higher minimum damage at 225, whereas the 357 is only going to be 200, and both of those are going to reach that minimum damage at 42 meters. Again, both of those are going to be 5-shot kills, even though the 44 does more. But again, the 44, that extra damage is going to be better in certain circumstances. It's not possible to actually go over all the scenarios and where that extra damage is going to help. But aside from that, the 44 really only wins in one other category, and that is bullet velocity. The bullet velocity of the 44 is going to be 450 meters per second, and the 357, it is going to be 350 meters per second. Not really that big of a deal. The only time I can really see the bullet velocity mattering too much in these guns is if, say, you are using a 44 on a shotgun loadout which is using standard buckshot. You might be forced to use your 44 in a more longer range situation, and even though it's not ideal, the extra bullet velocity and extra damage you're going to get with the 44 is definitely going to help out there. So the first category where the 357 starts to shine is in rate of fire. It's going to fire at 200 rounds per minute, whereas the 44 is only going to fire at 170 rounds per minute. And it is definitely noticeable. I did really notice the difference when I went back and forth between the two. The next category the 357 is going to win is the reload speed. It's going to reload at 2.5 seconds for a short reload and 3.5 for a long reload. For the 44, you can tack a half second on each of those, making it 3 seconds short and 4 second long reload. The other category that the 357 is going to win is in recoil. They both have equal horizontal recoil. It's very controllable and really not noticeable whatsoever. However, the 44 is going to have a little higher vertical recoil at 1.8, whereas the 357 is at 1.5. So as you can see, the two revolvers do have a lot of similarities, but they are both unique in their own right as well. And if I had to pick one, I would probably go with the 357. I like it just a little bit more so far. Now I have purchased both, and I am going to be using both. It really just depends on what class you're playing and what loadout you're using or what weapon you're using. As far as comparing these to the pistols that were previously in the game, the one reason I do like these a little bit better is because if you do run out of ammo completely in your main gun or your primary weapon, I think these work better as a primary weapon than the other pistols would. However, used in a pistol roll, I think a lot of the other pistols are actually better. Reason being, these only have 6 shots. Typically, when you pull your pistol out in a panic situation or in a really quick situation, you want to have that ability to just kind of spray a little bit. You can't really do that with these guns. Now, they're not bad in that situation or anything like that. I do think some of the other pistols are just a little bit better. One other thing to keep in mind with these is that you cannot suppress them. And that is big. I really like to suppress my pistols on pretty much all my classes. Losing the ability to do that kind of sucks. As far as attachments go for these new revolvers, you only have 2 options, a flashlight or a laser. I think the choice is pretty clear. You're just going to slap the laser on there and be done with it. So anyways, guys, that is all I have. If you liked this, please hit thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.